Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Friday. How's everybody doing this week? How you doing on those weekly goals? How are you doing on those things you set out to achieve yesterday, this month? Have you tracked it? How are you looking at where you're at right now in comparison where you want it to be? And if you're not there, what are you doing to make sure that you can get there? Today's a good day to reflect on what's happening so far. We're going into the last week of the month, I believe next week. Yep. So just make sure that you are looking at what you are doing today and, in the upcoming week to achieve those goals and where you're at, and that can be, like I said, again, held for any one of your goals that you have. Today, I want to talk about something that we all live with. And some of it is just a little bit good to live with, but, it's holding us back from achieving to our next goal, and that's fear, and how to stop living with the fear. There is 8 tips to master your psychology and achieve your dreams, because so many times, you set yourself out for a goal or you want to do something, but you let the fear of the unknown stop you. The anxiety of what will happen next if I do this stop you from, reaching out for that next step or that next goal in your life. You know what I'm saying? So I want to talk about fear today and how a little bit of fear is okay to have, because, to be, your whole body, your mind and everything is set on, a little bit of fear being good for you. So, should I jump off that bridge? No, I'm kind of scared of that. That's going to hurt. That's good fear. Or, will I just open up to people without knowing them? Nah, I might not. That's a little bit of a fear, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't know who they are, fear of failure, fear of rejection, fear that we weren't just good enough, all that kinds of stuff like that is going to stop you and stop us and, ranking up and achieving our next set of goals, But, I touched on just a little bit, why we live in fear, because, our body is accustomed and trained to do so. We are trained to be cautious, be careful, think things out, let me, think about this, think about that. And that all that is the fear of you doing something wrong. But at the same point, if you're trying a new idea or you wanted to create something or you wanted to start something, that fear sometimes stops you from doing that. When you have a really good idea or you have a really good, opportunity, you stop because you're scared of what might be in the future without even, attempting it, and it stops us from achieving our own greatness, According to the latest, research that from Harvard, I was reading on this, over 19% of the total population is experiencing a anxiety disorder within the last 12 months. That means that they've gone through an anxiety situation in their life, and it's actually, disabled them from doing something. 19%. Can you imagine? That's just absolutely crazy. So how to stop living with fear. I have 8 points that I wanted to talk about this morning that will help us, get through, whatever we're trying to do and alleviate the fear and, maybe achieve something you never achieved before. First, determine the source of your anxiety. That's the number one, right? If you understand why you're anxious about it or what the fear is, what I'm saying? Sometimes it breaks things down, If you ever were afraid of the dark when you were a kid, you weren't afraid so much when the light was on before you shut it off. You know what I mean? Because you knew what was around you. You knew, your surroundings. So when you shut the light off, it was all still there. But walking into that room in the dark was definitely the scariest thing in the world. So, you have to understand where the fear is stemming from. If you're looking for a new job or if you're looking to, do something like that, why are you scared of proceeding into the next step? Is it because you're not set up financially to, maybe take a couple months with not having the same income you once had before? You know what I'm saying? What is it? Are you afraid of talking to your boss about a promotion, or talking to him about a raise or something like that? Or her, is your fear from, being ridiculed or feeling like you're not good enough to get that raise or get that promotion? Where is that fear stemming from? Now, if you had the confidence, would you still be afraid? If you felt like you weren't getting paid enough for what you're doing, they're not valuing enough, would you still have that same fear? Or would that fear be conquered over by another feeling of confidence and not being valued as much? You know what I'm saying? So maybe understand where that fear is coming from, and then you can, conquer that fear. Recognize that life happens for you, not to you. So many people say, oh, life just sucks, and this happened to me, and this happened to me, and this happened to me. Well, no, maybe it's happening for you. Maybe it's the change that you need. If you lost your job, maybe that wasn't the worst thing in the world. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it happened to you so it can help you grow into your next position where you are really valued, or this is where your goal should be at, or where your life should be at. If you lost that relationship with the spouse, or something like that, maybe that's what needed to happen to make you grow as a person, to be better for children if they're involved, or something like that. Maybe that's what needed to happen. So it didn't happen to you, it happened for you. Think about that. That's a really game changer. The way you think about things sometimes can really just change your whole outlook and your perspective on life. So maybe just take a look at that. Stop the excuses. I've been saying this from day one of all my videos. Stop the excuses. Excuses are worthless. Excuses are going to stop you from doing the things that you want to do or can do in your life, But then you don't know my situation. Okay, you know what? I've had tough situations also. You know what I mean? I have, if you don't know, I was active duty military for a long time, and we've gotten the call and, hey, look, your deployment just got extended from 6 to 9 months, when I had plans on going home and doing things and this, that, and the third. And, this sucks. So, I've been out there. I've done things. I have rented rooms from somebody, and I lived in a little room paying $250 a month or $300 a month, on dead broke bottom, so I've been through a lot, my father passed away, so I have lived through a lot, and I have learned that excuses have never made any situation easier. They've never made a situation any easier. So stop the excuses, find a plan, brainstorm, sit down, what do you have to do, and execute. Just make it happen. Just go at it with full force, 100% behind you. Just stop the excuses. This is another good one. Turn your shoulds into must. Instead of saying I should go do this, say I must go do this. Make your shoulds must. If you change your mindset of like, should go do this, I should go do this, I should go to the gym, I should go get up early in the morning, I should, do that. Turn them into must. I must. Change your mindset. The words you use, give yourself outs when you're going through the day in your day. If I said, hey, I should get up in the morning and do one of my videos. Okay, great. So when I get up in the morning, I'm like, I'm not feeling it this morning. No. If I say I must get up in the morning and go do this, then when I get up in the morning, there's no excuse. There's no out. So, I've already committed to myself. And if you break commitments to yourself, how are you going to commit to anything else or anybody else in your life? So, turn your shoulds into must, Adopt a growth mindset. Everything you should be thinking about, everything you should be doing in your life is for the growth of you and what you find important to you, or who you find important to you. Adopt that growth mindset. Every day you should be having goals, setting them down and saying, what can I do to grow today in whatever I want to achieve? If you want to become a DJ, if you want to become a musician, if you want to become, a physical trainer or whatever it is, what are you doing today to grow in that? You know what I'm saying? And if you're not doing what you need to do to grow in that, then that may be not what you want to do. Maybe it's just a fantasy of yours, but what are you talking about? What are we talking about here? We're talking about fantasy, or are we talking about things that you want to achieve to be great? Like, I do these videos, right? And I don't get millions of views. I don't even get thousands of views. I don't even get hundreds of views. You know what I'm saying? But I do this because it makes me feel good, and hopefully somebody that's listening out there says, you know what, that makes sense, and then change that one person's mindset, and then therefore this is all for everything for me, so definitely adopt a growth mindset. Here's another good one too. Learn that pain brings you a different insight. Okay? It's funny, I have learned more from bad leaders and tough situations in my life than I did ever from learning good situations and good leaders in my life. If you had a beautiful day and you didn't, the day was absolutely gorgeous and you went about and all that kind of great stuff and nothing happened to you wrong and stuff like that, what'd you learn? Learn nothing, But what if that day went by and, you had a flat tire, and you had to change your flat tire, and you had to stop off on the side of the road, and you had to take out the equipment, you had to take out the tools, you had to change that flat tire. What'd you learn that day? You learned that you could change a flat tire. You learn that you can react in a situation that most people will have become overwhelmed with anxiety and make something and not move. You've learned that. You know what I'm saying? You've learned that you have a skill. And learning that skill or having that skill is amazing, even if it's the smallest things. And even if, half American can probably do it, the other half can't, but you can, you know what I mean? That's just a simple, situation, but, you'll learn more from the bad days and the tough times than you ever will from the good days and the good times. You know what I'm saying? So I always told people, I said, you can't appreciate the sun if it never rained, So, rain is good because it gives you an appreciation for the other side of things, 7, practice self-care. Who's out there grinding 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and never stops to take care of themselves? Okay, it's unhealthy. You got to have that balance. You got to have that yin and that yang. You got to have the equal line to help you, achieve the greatness. So make sure you're taking time to take care of yourself. If you're not taking time to take care of yourself, then this is all for nothing, This growth mindset and this wanting to grow and get rid of fear and anxiety in your life is to help you. You know what I'm saying? It's to mature you. It's to grow you as a person. So, but if you're not practicing self-care and taking care of yourself, taking yourself to the barbershop, the beautician, the nail parlor, whatever it is, the gym, going for walks, enjoying some beauty out there in the world, this is all for nothing. This is really all for nothing. But you have to have that balance. You can't do it all the time. And here's the biggest thing. Here's number 8. Okay, you guys ready? Breaking news. Failure is inevitable. You will fail. And you will fail a lot. Every day you will fail at something. What you do with that failure, what you do with that experience is the game changer. Okay? Let me say that again. You will fail. You will fail at something. You will fail at parenting. You would fail at your job that day. You will fail in your relationship. You will fail on your workout. You will fail on your goals. You will fail every single time. But if you expect that and you take that failure, okay, and you grow off of it and you say, oh, I did that wrong there, so next time I do this, I won't do the same thing over again. That failure can be used as a lesson that you've learned to achieve what you want to achieve the next time around. Okay? So failure is inevitable, but at the same time, that failure is needed so you can achieve what you're looking to achieve. Okay. I think that's powerful. If you know what's coming, it's easier to handle it. So when you're going through things, you know what I'm saying? Understand that failure is inevitable, and it's going to be part of your growing. It's going to be part of your growth. It's going to be part of, that fear that you have that, hey, look, I might fail at this, but you know what? I'm going to learn what I did and then move on from it, Failure is just another stepping stone in achieving greatness. Everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. Okay? You want to be great one day? Understand that you have to break through that mental anxiety, that fear that you have of becoming great or achieving what you want to achieve. Understand that, own that, okay? And you'll be unstoppable. Unstoppable. You can't tell the person that doesn't fear anything something. They don't care. They have no, you look at them and they're crazy. Like, how can you not be worried about this and worried about that and worried about that? I'm too focused. I have things I need to get to accomplish. You know what I'm saying? They kind of crazy to us. But maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? That, that unrelenting, shake of nothing can stop me. I'm not scared of anything in this world. I have a goal to set, and that's where I'm going to get, Well, thank you this morning again for chopping it up with me. Please support, share the video. The more people that are reached, I feel like the more people this will help. It helps me every morning thinking about this. It helps me studying the topics before I do talk. Hopefully it'll help somebody out there. Please share. I appreciate the love. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.